Hi, I'm Miss Christine, and today for Pony Preschool, we are going to show you a little bit about leading our ponies so that when you come for a lesson or Pony Preschool, or when your little gets to lead their pony, you have some ideas of what you should and should not do to be most successful in leading your pony. So Kristoff and I and my little helper here today are going to give you some tips. Right, Kristoff? All right. What do we have here? Is this our rope?
Kristoff.
And Kristoff, yeah.
And Mommy.
And Mommy.
And me.
Kristoff says, what are we doing? So when you get handed your pony, you will have a lead rope. You hold with two hands. One hand holds closer to your pony's head, right here. See, I'm not on the metal. I'm right at the edge of the metal. I'm close to his head. Yeah, he likes to chew on toes. So close to his head with one hand, and the other hand is holding the extra rope so that I won't trip on it, or so my pony doesn't trip on it. I don't wrap this around my hand because if he would pull really fast, my fingers could get caught. I could get some pretty bad brush burns, skins could pull off. They could potentially break fingers, especially if it's a larger pony or a horse. So one hand close to the head, one hand holding the extra. Good boy. The lead rope is connected to the bottom of his halter. The halter is this piece that's on his head. You can see it wraps around his nose. It wraps around the top of his head. It goes under his chin. It's connected to a circle underneath of his chin. So I have complete control of his head and his nose. Ponies follow their noses. So if I pull his nose towards me, he'll turn that way. If I push it away from me, he'll go that way. When we are leading a pony, we always stay to their left side. So he is on my right, I am on his left. We pretty much do everything on a pony from their left side. All right, let's give you a demonstration of how we are supposed to lead our pony. So when I start walking, Kristoff will walk with me. I'll use my voice because our ponies know their words. What do we say to Kristoff to walk?
Apple.
Apple. We've been talking about letters. All right, let's say walk, Kristoff. Kristoff also knows some other commands like clucking. That can help encourage him, especially Kristoff. Walk works, or if you just start walking, they will walk with you. And when I want him to stop, if I stop, I say, whoa, Kristoff. He should stop right beside me. Good boy, Kristoff. We tell him when they're good. They're just like toddlers. They like to be praised. We tell him, good job. He's a good listener. Good boy. All right. Now I'm going to show you what not to do. A lot of times people will hold their lead rope at the very end because they're paying attention to their kid, which is all good. But when you're not holding on with two hands, when you're not holding close to their head, it can be harder to control them. They can make their own decisions a little bit more. They don't follow you as much. And especially if you're on grass, they're going to pull down for the grass a lot more often. So let's see what happens if I walk with one hand or if I'm on the edge of the rope. When I start walking, he's not following me. Come on, Kristoff, walk. He's behind me now, which is where I don't run him. I'm pulling him. If we're working as a team, I should be beside his head, not pulling him. It's harder to keep him up with me when I'm on the end of the rope. Good boy, Kristoff. Let's try again. If I'm holding close to his head and I have the extra in my other hand, good boy, Kristoff. Walk. He walks right as soon as I start walking. If I want Kristoff to walk a little bit faster, I can over-exaggerate my motion a little bit. I can step a little bit bigger. I can give him a little tug forward on the rope. And then for whoa, ooh, if he doesn't listen, which Kristoff usually does, but if he doesn't, let me show you from this side. If I pull the rope back towards his neck or towards his chest, or up a little bit, that tells him to whoa. It also will tell him to back up. Maybe. I can back him up with my body. I can put pressure. Horses move away from pressure. If I put pressure on, moving away from me, he will back up. You want to go through the water? We can go through the water in a minute. Let's see what else Kristoff can do. If I need Kristoff to move away from me, I can put pressure away from me and say, scoot over, Kristoff. Good boy. Sometimes when your kids are reaching for things, or if you're trying to get them onto the pony, or you need them to scoot over away from something, this will help. If I want him to move this way, I put pressure on this side. I say, scoot over, Kristoff. Good boy. A little gentle push. If a little gentle push doesn't work, then we get a little firmer. With horses and ponies, we always start gentle and get firmer and stronger as they don't listen. Gentle works best first, though. Right, Kristoff? Give them the opportunity to listen first. When you are leading a pony, you always keep your toes pointing forward, pointing in the way that you want them to walk. So if I'm walking straight, my toes are pointing straight. We don't want to walk sideways, really. We don't want to walk backwards. If I'm walking backwards, this is especially important when your kids are leading the ponies. If they're walking backwards and they happen to trip and fall and the pony doesn't stop in time, they could step on a child or on you, or on toes, right? We don't want him to step on us. So we keep our toes pointing forward, we stay near his head, and then we're working together as a team. Good boy, Kristoff. When we are riding in a group, we will have more than one pony at a time. We want to make sure that we are keeping distance between your pony and the other ponies in the class. We would say you should have at least an elephant's length in between you and the other ponies, or you and then 3 horses' lengths and then another pony. We don't want him sniffing up somebody else's butt thinking it's playtime, especially when your child is riding on top of them, because they might decide that they want to jump or kick or play with their friends and react to each other like they do out in the fields. They're a herd, they do play together, they have relationships. There are some that are more bossy than others, some that are more submissive than others, and we don't want them messing around with that when it's work time. Another thing that we'll run into in classes is the ponies will try and pull down for grass. Now, Kristoff's not doing that right now because we're not on grass. Where's the grass? It's over there. It's behind us. We're not on the grass right now. When the ponies are on grass, it's even more important to keep your hand close to their head, closer to the end of the rope, closest to them, and to stay by their head. Because if he pulls down, I can immediately tighten my hand on the rope, and he will feel that and will feel the stop. And it will remind him, oh yeah, I'm not supposed to eat while I'm working, right, Kristoff? You're standing so nicely right now. Good boy. All right, let's show one more time. If we're gonna start walking, sometimes they don't walk right away. You can, apple. Sometimes we can turn their head a little bit. That encourages them to walk. So let's walk, Kristoff. If I want Kristoff to trot, I will start jogging a little bit, and that will tell Kristoff to trot. So right now we're walking. Sometimes in our classes we get to trot. Gives your child a little experience with a little bit of the bounce, a little different balance. They just love it. It brings out the smiles. So Kristoff, we're going to trot, trot. If I start jogging, he will trot right with me. Yay, good boy. Another thing to note when I'm walking with him, my hand is not tight all the time because I want to give him space to move his head as he pleases when he's following my directions. So I'm loose, but I'm right there just in case he decides to do anything that I don't want him to do. I'm not holding his head up all the time while we're walking. I'm not pulling back or forward all the time because that's not comfortable for him and it's not fair when he is listening. So we're going to try and work together as a team, have a fun time, keep the ponies happy, and make the riders happy when they're riding, right? And then everybody's going to have a great time. And we're all going to stay safe, which is the most important thing. Right, Kristoff? Right, Kristoff. Good boy. I hope you learned something new, and I hope that these tips will help you when you come to lead your pony with your child for their lesson, and that these are good tips for your child to learn for when they decide that they are ready to start leading their ponies. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.